guys, I have something very cool now. So I was thinking about the whole interaction yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was thinking, how could I increase LE as much as possible, as much as possible? And I was thinking, okay, you're a short guy in Europe. That's obvious. I'm 173 centimeters, and that's short in Europe, especially in some countries like Germany or something. But in general, it's just shorter than most guys, and I don't have that much hair on my head, and I was thinking, what could I do to increase my libido empowerment tremendously? And I have 5 points for you that are so true, and whether you like it or not, that's just the way it is. So 5 ways for short guys to still be massively attractive to women. To women, be attractive for someone or to someone. Attractive for women, I have no idea, to be honest. Okay, number 1, hardcore physical discipline. Of course it's nice if you pump and you go and you create a lot of muscle. That's good, but you need that hardcore discipline. You need to create a mindset of hardcore discipline, in the sense that the discipline of doing something every day will instill a certain kind of mindset, a kind of, like I said in the other video, is if you pump and you create muscle, it will not how to say, it will not instill a certain mindset. It will allow you to have muscle, okay, and that's partially attractive, of course, but you need that kind of like a hardcore, kind of like an iron mindset. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you look at a woman looks at a guy, and he can see that he exudes something. It's an extreme kind of like purpose, not only purpose, it's more than purpose. It's kind of like a firmness. That's it. The discipline will instill firmness in you. So hardcore physical discipline. Every day do something that enhances your physical presence and the firmness. So number 1, hardcore discipline for firmness. Number 2, dress like you're the most important person in the world. Of course, I'm not doing that right now, so I got something to do. Dress like you're the most important person in the world, because you really need to stand out in that way. It really must look like, yeah, you're one of the most important people in the world. Whichever way you do that is your thing, but you must look like, you shouldn't look like a clown. That's a problem when you're small. You shouldn't look like a clown anyway, but so that's super important. And then appear really rich. You don't need to be rich, but you must appear really rich. There are certain things I don't want to do, but I'm sure how they're gonna help. Is like wearing an expensive watch or something like that. So while I have a distaste for watches, I definitely confess that any kind of jewelry or anything that appears to make you feel rich, to appear rich, is important, because it makes you instantly important. They will be like curious to know who you are, and that you represent a lifestyle that they maybe can't afford or whatever. So that's something you're gonna have to have also. And now comes something super important. Give her massive attention from the start. Eye contact and interest, no matter what the situation. The problem is, I realized, is that if you are like wishy-washy and you don't have that firmness with you, and she doesn't feel like you are interested right from the beginning, you kind of want to put her in a trance by being so interested in her right from the start, almost like you're fixated by her. And the thing is that 2 days ago, I tried to play a little bit aloof, and this aloofness doesn't work. The aloofness makes the woman doubt herself in that he really interested in me? No, what you want is like right from the start, like as if you met your soulmate. You want to kind of like, but not kind of like in a feminine way, but, and that comes to the fifth point, increase the tension right from the start. Don't be wishy-washy at the beginning. Be firm. Show her you're interested right from the start. Increase the tension. So, for example, you look at her directly in the eyes to a point where someone else looks away, where it becomes uncomfortable for them. And that will create massive tension. So instead of like being like, just look her directly in the eyes. Show her you're interested directly in her eyes, and don't look away until she looks away. And make her really blush and be like a little baby, like a little child that goes like, oh yeah. So be super firm. So you want to do these 5 things. Those are the things that I could come up with where I was like, that gives you the highest LE in that very moment with a woman that you're interested in. Because otherwise, if you're like aloof, you're not dressed well, you don't have the physical discipline and all of this stuff, you don't exude money, it's not gonna be enough to have her really. You want her instantly when meeting you want her panties to be wet. And so in order to be safe, because sometimes you need also as a man time to evaluate her, but you can do that after. So what you should first do is do this before you evaluate her, because then she's already wet and you can make up her mind. But if you try to make up her mind by wishy-washy getting to know her first, then then you won't get a second chance, and that's the problem. So I'm 100% sure about these points.